Lotta Piña Colada. Yes, that's what it's called. Hello, yeah, this is a drink review. Oh, Jesus. Of a drink called Bang. Well, I just said what the drink was called. I don't think I'll like this, since I think I've done like a drink review of another drink that had like Piña Colada in the name. And that one I didn't like. And I don't tend to like lime, which I think is... Oh god, that was loud. A flavor of Piña Colada. Yeah, oh god, it smells disgusting. For some reason, to me, when I smell that, it's like, oh, I get like a artificial banana smell as well. So, let's see if this is one that I'll be using just to introduce some caffeine in other drinks. Awful smell. Yeah. Well, it's not as terrible as the other one. What is Piña Colada? Cause I'm trying to think, like, it's kind of like I get like a banana-ish, like pineapple-ish, coconut and pineapple juice. It's kind of like, okay. Yeah. Now when I read that, I'm like, oh yeah. No wonder it tastes like shit. Now when I know, like, it's exactly what it tastes like. Oh well. Let's read some comments. I have a potato hole 8170. Andreas, I'm not sure if you already covered this, but have you had your testosterone tested? Low testosterone is a major cause of low energy, and that was on my drink review, Gom Cola weight update. Yes, I have. Oh god, I've talked about it, and I got it tested, and also it's a long story. But yeah, I have lower testosterone, but the thing is that it's like on the border to low. Sometimes it's within the so-called acceptable range, but on the low end. Sometimes it's below, you know. And we first thought about this because we did like a comprehensive, just general blood test. And in that blood test, like we did privately, we saw like, oh wait, my testosterone is low. You know, the lab that we did it, they marked it as, it's low. So you should get that checked. And that was the first time, and I don't know how many years ago this was. Was this 3, maybe 4 years ago? I did a video talking about it. We then looked through to see like, oh, okay. I've done my journals like 900 pages. So I'm sure someplace in there that they might have done a testosterone test. And let's see what it looks like. And we saw that very early on, decently early on, don't remember how long, but they had done it like 2 or 3 times, and all the times they did it, it was on the low end, but we didn't know about this, and the doctors never told us anything about it, so we were like, wait, why didn't they tell us, like, what's going on? And that's when we looked up to see, like, what is the symptoms of low testosterone, and a lot of the things that we saw, like, wait a minute, low energy, blah 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 blah. It's like, now, I mean, as you could probably tell by how I look, I'm like super hairy and all that. I don't really have, and they didn't check my estrogen, but we didn't think about that either. I have done an estrogen test as well, and it's also low. So it's just that my hormones, both my testosterone and my estrogen, are low. Like for example, my testosterone to estrogen levels is higher, like my testosterone in percentage based in comparison to the estrogen is higher than normal for men. even though I have lowered testosterone. Yeah, the percentage wise. And we contacted the doctor to ask, like, and it wasn't the same doctor that did these tests all these years ago, because, like I said, this is over the course of probably like 12 years, like 10 to 12 years, 900 pages long. Who knows, like hundreds of doctors. But we asked the doctor, we went there and we like, my testosterone is low, blah, blah, blah. What should we do about this? And yeah, there was talks about, maybe check, like doing like giving me testosterone. But, to check it out, do this stuff. And then we noticed that, they said that, well, is it side effects? One effect of having the ME/CFS that I have is that, well, it makes it so that you get lowered energy. And the body then does, to try and conserve the energy it has, it produces less hormones. So they did, like, over the course of like 3 months, I think, they did a bioavailable testosterone test as well. Not just the overall testosterone, but bioactive. Bioactive means bioavailable. I don't know if that's what the test is called in English. I'm just directly translating it from Swedish to English. And in that one, my testosterone was always within the acceptable range. So it was kind of like, yeah, my body is producing less testosterone, like overall, but the bioavailable testosterone is fine. Okay, it's on the lower end, but it's on the lower end of fine. It's not like it is with my testosterone, where when it is fine, it's like on the exact line of fine, when it comes to testing. And when it comes to testing, it all depends on, the body overall. What is fine for someone might be low for someone else, I know. But for them to actually do stuff, they need to be outside of the, the set standards of the healthcare system. For example, the reason why I can barely get help for my heart through the healthcare system, I need to do it privately, which is why it costs, like why we're now paying like $800 or like $1,100, to do all this testing and all that for my heart, because my LDL and my HDL are within okay, when it comes to the okay ranges here in Sweden. But the thing is that my LDL is on the absolute, like, let's say on the absolute line of, if it was like 0.1 higher, it would be too high. And my HDL is the same thing. If it was 0.1 lower, it would be not okay. So they're exactly on the line. And they have been exactly on the line for probably like 10 years, And our family, I mean, let's be honest here, all our family, like, everyone fucking dies of like heart problems or cancers young, We don't die unless we get killed by like communists or fascists. We don't die otherwise. It's only, from like heart problems. And you either die, in my family, you either die young from heart problems, or you die like when you're like 100 plus from cancer. There is no there's no like, oh, that person died at 93 from who knows what. No, there's only two, unless you count being killed by, political groups because you refuse to be part of that, because the family is refused, like, no, we just want to be farmers living on our own. We don't give a fuck about your communism or fascism. Well, then you die. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, low testosterone. Yeah, so that's why I'm not really that worried about it, but I should have done it I should do one very soon in this year. I should get a yearly vitamin D, testosterone, my HCl, LDL. I did that earlier this year, I think. Well, not the testosterone, but the other ones. So, yeah, I don't know. And with me having, the heart things that I got, especially after doing the adrenaline, which helped. The adrenaline helped, but you got the heart problems. It's kind of like you have to stop and find another way. So I don't know if I want to get low dosage testosterone, because it's not something you just do for a small time and then stop, right? It could cause more problems. But it is on my mind. But also, like recent news of family members getting like cancers, like double cancers and stuff like that. It's on my mind, like, oh god. Especially someone in my family that I really liked. He got cancer when he was 25. He got testicular and stomach cancer. He managed to beat it. And yeah, now, I think like a month ago, we found out yesterday. But like a month ago, he got, I don't know, was mouth cancer or something? Like a cancer under his tongue. And is it lymph nodes? I think. The lymph node cancer, so yeah, and I will say he's still decently young, mid 40s, I think, in the 40s. So yeah, I don't know. I want to stay positive, but who knows? Like when he gets cancer, he always gets like 2 different cancers.